Welcome to 1407 Great Malkin Lane. This is the living memory of the X-Men. Don't let anyone tell you different. All right. This is a very, very special review with a friend of mine, Red X Baby on Instagram. How you doing?
Pretty good.
So, we've been talking. We're friends on Instagram, and we ping things off of each other. When I came to you about this review, Magneto from 2014, right?
Yes.
What was what was your reasoning for picking this exact story?
Why not?
Fair enough. That's good. I like that. Um, dang. Let's all right. So, um, man, all right. So my first impressions of this book so far is kind of like it reminds me of the show True Detective and kind of Breaking Bad, but it's kind of scary at the same time
It
because
it makes it even better that Magneto looking like Heisenberg this entire book.
right, right, and he's just killing people, like
He's
the
like a
first
mix of Heisenberg with Jesse Pinkman's drug addiction
right,
in this story.
right. It's
Dang,
just
Bendis.
no, no, and what was going on? Like he takes out that one dude by putting like metal pipes through his head, and it just like, and he's just standing up because oh, that's rough. It's
Yeah.
I love the art too. The art is
Yes.
ah okay. So all right, so I'm sorry, we're just getting into the book. I just like I forgot how much I liked this book, and and like going through it, I remembered why it ended because Secret Wars happened. All the books got canceled.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a bad rough, really rough. But so okay, so what is it about Magneto that you love so much?
That unlike Xavier, Eric isn't a liberal bitch.
Oh, come on. Wow. Okay. All right. All right. Let's okay.
He doesn't need to write Xavier protocols down. He is the Xavier protocol.
Yeah, but as we saw with Xavier, he said like, can you imagine if Eric had my telepathic powers, everybody would be dead.
I mean, not everyone, at least this is like most of Congress, all of Congress.
Just most politicians, like
Yeah.
most politicians are like a government
Kind
level.
of kind of feels like if he had powers, he wouldn't need to become Magneto anyway, because he would have just like solved the problem.
Yeah,
Ended it.
yeah.
End it.
Also, I feel like he gets a lot of like slack thrown at him that he doesn't deserve. Like that whole thing with the trial of Magneto, um, where he's like, "Oh, you ruined us." Like he didn't raise you. Like you were ruined before you got.
Magneto, the moment that he met Lorna Dane, he did a smart decision. Let
Yeah.
normal people raise her. And you know what? The only reason why she ended up with all that trauma is because she got involved with Xavier's bullshit.
Whoa, 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 whoa.
X-Men bullshit.
Whoa! Wow. So you're anti X-Men. You're pro Brotherhood.
Yeah.
Dang.
I'm wearing.
Yeah. No, I understand that, but Magneto's joined the X-Men a few times, so like he's with the
Yeah.
bullshit.
And you know what? Xavier wasn't there.
Well, yeah. Wait. Yes, he was there a couple of times.
Hey,
Um.
Master Era doesn't count because one, he had like health problems and crap. So
Fair,
he was like on the sidelines doing lectures at random colleges
fair
and
enough.
then got his ass beat by students
What?
that era.
Uh,
That's an actual thing that happened. And then
that
Callisto
is
had to save his ass.
this is
Callisto.
true. This is true.
Like, she like had to come up from her sewer place, bring his ass down there, dress him up in some random BMS outfit, which he just had on hand. So cool for you, I guess. I mean, I think it was interesting that she just happened to have his size, but okay, good for her, I guess. Good for
Unstable
being co-leader.
molecules. Unstable molecules. It's like a one size fits all.
I guess.
That's how all the costumes work. That's why you never see them get.
But it wasn't a costume; it was just some regular clothes that Callisto had.
Well, he's a
regular Morlock clothes for Morlocks.
Yeah. All right. So Magneto, he's had a lot of roles over the course of his of being a character. He's been a leader. He's been a war criminal. He's been somebody who's trying to a leader, a world leader. He's been what is it about Magneto? And we see with this series, he's just doing this by himself.
Yeah.
Like, he's just like, I remember one passage he said, back in the day, I would have whipped this facility and threw it into space. Another time, I would have just like crushed it. Now, I gotta be a bit more subtle. Like,
Eric's definition
dangerous.
of settle
And
is not a normal people's settle.
Like, it's like he always had like all these like, with him, it's like he had this huge gun. He had this like, and he was using that forever, and now he's lost the gun. And they gave him he has a knife, but he's really, really good with the knife. Like
the old saying says, always fear an old man who lived long enough in a profession where men die young. It's the old people you got to watch out for.
Serious. Oh, and his and his Nazi flashbacks. Oh, the one part where he was had the flashback when he was a kid, and it was him and two of his friends had stolen that food, and two of them just got out, and the third got caught by the Nazis, and the Nazi just kind of like made the other one kid just give up one, but not Magneto, and then killed him. No, okay, I love it. No, it's just like this book. This book would make a great miniseries, like top to bottom.
Depends who writes it.
I'm thinking like an HBO. HBO would do this so good. AMC, you know what? FX would do really good with this.
They did a pretty good job with Legion.
Yeah. And also you wouldn't really need all the really. You wouldn't need the special effects so much. You can use practical effects. Like,
yeah.
And like, I think the tone would be like Breaking Bad or Sons of Anarchy.
Ooh.
Right?
I know of the show. I haven't seen, but the concept sounds awesome.
Yeah, it's like it's not a Western, but it's like, there's no there's no like sci-fi stuff. Everything here is just like just what Magneto does as a character. He's just he's so cool in this. I'm sorry, I'm on what when he's going after the Marauders.
Ooh,
what he did with them, that was crazy. Like, he said, I know you guys are gonna just come back, So I gotta make sure you don't come. Like I hurt you, but you don't. Hurt you, but you don't die. That was his whole thing. I hurt you, but you don't die. You're gonna stay alive. That's your punishment. And he's all with the gore. He's no problem just like throwing metal at you and then just having it spread and just kill you from the inside. Like it's crazy.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
You know what my favorite moment was?
Hmm.
When Magneto lets himself be captured and then somehow ends up not only in Hong Kong, but in some sort of mutant fight club fighting for humans' amusement.
What?
And then he ends up fighting a Predator X.
Oh
And
god.
not on and when the Predator X scratches him and gets his memories and crap, because that's what it does.
Yeah.
It tried to kill itself. The Predator X saw Eric's life and wanted to kill itself.
Like I can't do it. I can't do it.
And so Eric was like, he grabbed piece of metal and one of the bones from the skeletons just laying around and then stabs it to death. And I'm going to assume was still part of the bloodlust.
Yeah.
And we're talking, boy, Loki should sure use some pointers in this. He just kills the guard that tries to make him surrender, even though he kind of won he won the fight.
Yeah.
Which I'm like, okay, so he won. What's the prize? And they didn't really give him that, and I'm still upset about that. He
Yeah,
won,
they
so
tried to
he should
jump
give
him.
him something. Yeah. And then he takes their weapons and beat him, and he kills them with it. And then just goes on a rampage.
He's just rampaging everywhere.
Frees the mutants that are still alive.
Oh, remember you see the two Predator X's and it's like they see no Magneto's near. They're like, nah, we're good. We're just in the corner somewhere. Like,
and then he finds the guy in charge, sees him about to inject some NGH, and he's like, all right, you want our powers? You want to be like us? You can die as one of us. And then he just injects him with the MGH. He just feeds him to the Predator X.
That's rough. Oh, there's so many genres in this book. Like, it would be so cool to see, like, and this is when we see Magneto become a junkie. He becomes a functional drug addict.
And we're talking like Dr. House drug addict.
Yeah. And nobody knows. Like, oh yeah, that's just regular Magneto.
Correction. He actually shoot up in front of all the uncanny Avengers. He got his ex-girlfriend Rogue, his daughter Wanda, Alex's Lorna Dane's. Oh my god, that team was a mess.
Well, it's not so much
for Eric. For Eric, you got your ex-girlfriend, your daughter, your other daughter's ex-boyfriend.
I mean, come on.
And then he's
like that sometimes.
And then he like bites down on his shoulder and like refuels himself. So not only were the Avengers aware of this, but they're like not really caring, given how they were in a Genosian concentration camp at the time.
Fair. Magneto is just so dope. Like I just feel like Magneto is the meanest person to everybody except his mutant grandkids. Like, if he was to get,
like he's sort of mean, but like meanness adjacent. He is terrible to people, but sometimes he's like less terrible to certain ones.
Yeah, like that one kid in Central Park, he let wear his hat, wear his helmet.
That was Bobby.
Oh yeah,
That was
that was Bobby.
Iceman.
That was Iceman
Yes.
when he was a little kid.
Yes.
Oh,
He was on his way to threaten Xavier with some missiles, and then he sees a crying child, Bobby, crying over Angel hitting on Jean Grey. And I want to be like, Bobby, it's okay. Warren's a himbo. You're not missing out.
that's true. Uh,
Then again, Bobby didn't really have that many options. Who else was he gonna have a crush on? Scott? Hank?
there were other dudes.
Hank?
There were other dudes who came through. Remember Mimic? Mimic was there for like a quick minute.
Yeah, but Mimic.
Yeah, fair enough. Sunfire showed up. Namor showed up. The Human Torch showed up. Um, even
Okay, two of them would melt him, so I'm pretty sure Bobby would be interested in those dudes.
yeah,
Namor was too busy trying to fight them then. So
fair. Quicksilver. Yeah,
too
you're right. That's
fast, too fast.
what does that have to do with it?
He would have to, in order for him to develop crush. I'm pretty sure Pietro would have to stand still so Bobby could go get a good look at him.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
Yeah.
But it got better as he got older. He was on the Defenders with Hercules and Ghost Rider and Angel. Yeah,
with that weird slutty version of his graduation suit.
Weird. And then there was
the red and
mutants.
Yeah.
No, he's the options gotten better for him over the years.
Fair enough. That is true.
But yeah, it's just I don't. I'm just looking at these panels with Magneto. He's remembering the past, and all his battles with the X-Men. He was just like, yeah, that's just a regular Tuesday for me. It's crazy. Okay, so what is your favorite Magneto moment?
Ooh, let's see. I have a lot.
All right, give me the top five, the ones that you think about. These are the ones that should be adapted to a movie or a television show.
Um, when Magneto is trying to shut down this bargain basement Omega Sentinel bullshit, and
Yeah.
he threatens the scientist with a paperclip.
Yeah, I was reading that this morning. I was like, oh my god, that's terrible. And then he kills her later with the same.
As a kid, I thought paperclips were neat. And now as an adult, as after I post Magneto series, I'm like, I knew there was a reason I like paperclips.
Anytime if you're with Magneto, you gotta make sure you don't have anything metal, and it's like, oh yeah, a paperclip, he could probably kill you with it.
I feel like for Eric, he would probably just go down to Home Depot and just buy some nails and other stuff. Go to Office Depot, get some paper clips and staples.
Oh yeah, he'd be a preferred customer.
Yeah, probably. Buy some hammers, buy some saws. And he's like, "Oh, you're doing some construction work?" He's like,
"Yes,
yes."
That's exactly what I'm doing.
Constructing a new mutant utopia without racist humans.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay, so at what point did you realize Magneto was right?
Good question.
What X-Men issue did you realize Magneto was right?
I don't really think it was an issue. I think it was more like a show. It was the X-Men, the animated series.
Okay.
Because I love that version of Magneto the most.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. He's pretty.
But also, as a Magneto fan, watching Wolverine and the X-Men and X-Men Evolution hurt me
Yeah.
because these two, it's like, hey, what if Ultimate X-Men Magneto was rated PG-13 for kids?
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Ultimate Magneto was a dick. He was a
Yeah.
straight up. But so was Charles though. So
Everyone in the Ultimate Universe were terrible except for Miles Morales because he is the best spider.
yeah. Well, yes, that is true. No. Cyclops was okay. Like most of the X Men except for Wolverine were okay. Beast. I
Beast
give
was the same.
no. He was like a lot of the problems they were having were because of
I mean,
him.
he wasn't. I mean, he wasn't as bad as '90s Beast.
What's wrong with '90s Beast?
Beast was always terrible. It
But
just took
no,
Grant Moore. It just took Grant Morrison for people to catch up.
what? Okay, what in the '90s did he do?
Did you ever read the Beast miniseries?
Yes,
You know how he's fighting Mojo and crap.
yes,
Okay, cool. For some reason, the Beast was also a good for Marvel to say, hey, remember when Karma had mutants that had tiny twin siblings that just like went missing one day and no one really knew where they were?
that is true.
Marvel writer was like, hey, what if we not only find them, but turn them some weird adult cyborg bullshit?
Yeah.
And then,
The late '90s were a weird time.
and to make it worse, at the end of it was like, oh, sorry, Karma, your siblings can't be fixed. It's the effects is irreversible. And then, like a few months later, at X-Force 75, you know, the one where the team goes to Woodstock or Burning Man,
Yep.
whatever,
Birdie Man. Yeah.
Burning Man, and then
Yep.
Karma just shows up with these two, with this lesbian couple, who I'm pretty sure now that I think about it, she was very much in a throuple, but I
No,
would nothing was
okay.
really
No, okay.
confirmed at the
Okay. All right.
time.
Real quick with that. When I first read that, when it came out, when they said girlfriends, at the time, the term girlfriends meant my female friends. So I thought, oh, these are her female friends. These are her college friends. I'm like,
With
okay, that
benefits.
makes sense. Like I was 13. I'm like, okay, that like
When Karma just shows up at Burning Man, she was like, "Oh, don't worry, I got a doctor to reverse the kid's effects."
that's
And
good.
notice, oh, but here's the thing that makes it even more hilarious: it wasn't Reed Richards or Tony
No.
Stark, hell, not even Mister Sinister or some famous scientist. It was just a regular surgeon. The moral of the story is that Beast, you incompetent piece of shit.
Beast was busy and like she didn't call him. And like
She
also
he was he
there's a bunch of
was
super scientists in
Beast was
Marvel.
there. Beast saw the effects, and he could have done something. You didn't do anything, Hank. He
Okay,
was
that's
there.
one.
It
That's
happened in his miniseries. If it happens in your miniseries, it should be your responsibility
okay,
to.
that's one thing. That's one thing Beast did. That's
You
one thing
know,
Beast did.
you
What
know,
is
if Paul sees this video, he's gonna lose his shit.
it? Yeah. No. That's one thing Beast did. Like if you remember back in the '90s, he got kidnapped and like chained to a wall and then bricked up and was left for dead.
Dark Beast is my Hank is terrible part two.
Dark Beast is
Dark
terrible.
Beast, yes.
Yes, he's terrible.
Here's the thing: Dark Beast is just further proof that without Xavier, Hank was always going to turn evil. It just took Xavier's nonsense
Ethics.
to like curb back his evil scientist tendencies.
Nonsense. Come on. No. This is a Marvel thing. Marvel has a thing about making the smart people eventually go bad because they say, oh, if you're so smart, eventually you start seeing things like ethics as like obstacles to get over as opposed to no, like it's a Marvel trope. They do this. Tony Stark, Reed Richards, Hank Pym. Bruce Banner, Xavier.
The Illuminati was stupid.
That was. I mean, I understand where they're coming from, though.
And that makes it worse because here's the thing. Like the idea on paper is good, but like the worst people got involved with this.
Okay, all right, who would you put on the Illuminati?
Magneto.
Okay, Magneto. Who else?
Namor.
Namor was on the Illuminati.
Yeah, but this is my Illuminati,
Okay,
so
all right, sorry.
Emma Frost. Because unlike Xavier, she's like that bitch. She won't hesitate.
Damn.
Yeah.
Okay, all
Wait,
right.
no,
You got
Emma
three.
Frost is like the only mutant telepath who like won't hesitate.
Okay, all right. You got three. You got three more spots.
Uh, let's see.
Remember, this is across the Marvel universe.
I know. I think I did. I write this down. I was wondering if I wrote it down.
No, just take your time.
Let's see. Did I write down my Illuminati?
So far,
Someone magic. Someone magic.
Celine.
Someone better.
um, Brother Voodoo.
Yes.
Not Stephen Strange.
No.
Straight. Okay.
Let's see.
So now you need like a human and a. I don't know. I guess Black Panther.
Black Panther is cool to like an extent.
Black Panther is a hypocrite.
Like I love me some Black Panther. You know, I love him, but like here's the thing. He's a dick to everyone else, but like in his own kingdom, he's like, which I
He's the
get it.
best
He's
guy
a
ever.
king. He's a king in a world full of awful people. I get it. But like at the same time though, he's also sort of part of the problem, but like he kind of acknowledges it. Because technically speaking, Wakanda indirectly responsible for people like Deadpool
Yeah.
because of the whole cure for cancer thing.
Yeah. No, no, I'm totally with you. I think Wakanda is kind of hypocritical at times, especially when it comes to Krakoa, because uh like Krakoa wants everybody to acknowledge them just like Wakanda wants everybody to acknowledge them as well. They have technology that they don't share with the world. Krakoa has technology they don't share with the world. They're very similar, but Wakanda doesn't acknowledge Krakoa. I think that's
Which is
messed up.
kind of ironic
It's
considering how your ex-wife is a mutant.
and the
But
people
then
bring
again,
her a god.
yeah. And I can't really forgive T'Challa for the crap he did to Gentle.
Oh yeah, making him a double agent.
No, not that.
Oh,
There was no way in hell he didn't know about his home life and then like solve the problem. He just moved him. He just let a Storm deal with that.
Storm did find out really fast though. She's like, "Let me like, what's going on? What are you doing?"
Yeah, because Storm has to be that person. Look at all the people she's got to deal with. She got to deal with
The Iraqi.
Logan's loner ass. You got
She
Colossus
likes
himbo
she likes
slutty
his loner
bullshit.
ass. She really likes his loner ass.
Like I get it, but like, girl, some
Uh,
of these men are trash. You like are trash.
oh, okay, all right. Let's go through them. Trash Storm men.
Forge.
Oh no! You can't. No, Forge is the one man who actually broke up with her.
Like I said, trash.
How is he? No, he hasn't. It's like, do you want to marry me? She hesitated. He said bye and moved on. That was hilarious.
It's a marriage proposal. She needs time for that. He kind of just springs it up on him. Also, Jean kind of like dropped the ball there, sort of. So
she was trying.
I also blame Jean.
No, she was trying to help though, but she dropped the ball.
Yes.
Black. I would say T'Challa is probably the worst because he tried to make her a queen, and that grounded her. It limited what she can and can't do.
Yeah.
Okay, who else? Do you count Yuriko?
Yuriko?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
I mean, not as trash, but
as a relationship.
Yeah.
Okay. You know what? I just think they're just friends that hook up sometimes.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's friends who hook up. Who else? Craig Marshall, this new guy.
I mean, I want to give him a chance.
Oh, Slipstream, the Australian guy that she was with in Extreme X-Men.
Hey, let's not talk about that.
Really? Because she was digging that colonizer. He looked like a Nazi poster boy. Even though
then she like started hanging out with Khan. Blue guy Khan, King Khan.
Oh, you mean the Bad Girls Club? The early version of the Bad Girls Club? Because that was ugly. He threw her in the harem.
Yeah.
And they all tried to kill her.
Hey, but she won though. She won.
What I mean is like that's hilarious because that was reality TV before reality TV.
Speaking of hilarious, X-Men the animated series, Storm and Archon.
Oh god, he was trash. Totally.
Yes. Yeah. You want to know what my favorite part was?
Huh.
This dude is a king trying to justify having slaves to Storm.
I mean, no, well, all right. Well, if you think about it, that was like a 50-50 shot. Because you got to remember, Storm, while she was born in the States, she grew up in Kenya. So she has no connection to slavery at all. Like, as far as we're concerned, she is an African. She is an African woman. She is. Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
And then the X-Men writer said, "Hey, you know what we should do? We should have Storm constantly trying to solve slavery problems."
Oh God!
Think about it. You got Genosha, Slave Island, which, by the way, in the Disney Plus promo pic, you got Storm in a collar for Slave Island.
Oh God, that's rough.
Yeah. Disney Plus made choices.
They made the choice. No,
yes,
they didn't make those choices. They only allowed that to happen. Like, let's make that happen.
Yeah, and then you got to deal with slavery with Shadow King, making people slaves and crap.
I mean, and then I like the Shadow King though. He's a really. I mean, what they did with him in Legion was amazing.
Yes,
I thought it was so.
It is awesome. And then you got more slavery with the Savage Land with Garak and Sauron, whatever.
Yeah, that was rough. Oh yeah. She was dealing with slavery problems. Yes! Okay. Genosha, the Shadow King, the Savage Land thing, Archon. She didn't do anything with the Omega Red thing. The episode with Omega Red and Colossus.
Yeah, and they gotta free some people being locked up by the Russian government. And well, that's really more of a Logan Jubilee Colossus story than a Storm one, but she did save the day with her freezing power, so I guess that counts.
Yeah.
And I know this counts as a Rogue story, but Rogue, Cody, and the Brood with the Akanti whale.
Oh god,
A
that
slave.
was rough.
Slave.
I
Yeah, because why have him eventually die from a coma when you can be a green alien host for whatever the heck the Brood is?
I just feel like they could have gone to the back. They should have gone back to the drawing board if they couldn't use the Brood. Like they originally wanted to use the Brood, but like licensing and stuff. And yeah, I would. That's. I don't even watch that episode. It's rough.
It's emotionally heartbreaking if you care about Rogue.
No. Emotionally heartbreaking is knowing that Rogue has another woman inside her head and she can't do anything about it.
I
Like
mean,
that.
Jean did.
Well, oh no. What they
Jean
did
shut that
basically,
shit up.
what? Yeah, they just sealed her away. That's all they did. Um, but also find out that her mom intentionally did that to her. Didn't care. She was like, "Oh yeah, it happens." It just tells you that Mystique is just the worst. Mystique is the worst. Her and Destiny are the worst.
Yeah.
But dang, it's just
Boy, imagine the reactions if she found out that her daughter dated Magneto, a guy
that she hates.
who she tried to arrest at a goddamn Holocaust memorial museum, and then had the gall for not only aim a gun at his head, but like compare him to a Nazi.
No. Hey, I think
Raven.
I think Mystique and Destiny hate Charles and Eric wholeheartedly because what Charles and Eric do, they want to do, but they can't. That because like if you notice, Mystique and Destiny took Magneto's old team name and didn't even never even worked together before at that point.
I mean,
Don't even
I don't think Eric really cared about the Brotherhood name, considering how he didn't really have a team. He just doing his own thing.
right, but like
I mean, if he really cared,
he
he
should.
would have just like.
I mean, like how would you feel if somebody just took your whole identity? You're like, the fuck?
I would be confused because, like, why? My life's not that great. I'm like, great. I guess that means you also inherit my problems.
Yeah, and like and Mystique and Destiny, I think I am 100% sure they hate men. They're totally anti men. They're actually I think they're anti everybody, but they really don't like men. This
Yeah.
because look at Mystique killed tried to kill her one son, killed her other son, left she has no problem killing men. Adopted her the one the one daughter that she had the one child that she had she adopted, technically she kidnapped, she catfished her daughter's boyfriend with a 17-year-old, gave uh, gave a closeted mutant a mutant STD, and
And then
yeah.
then again, she did try to set up Rogue with Pulse. And I'm
Yeah,
like, I get it, Pulse's powers and all, like, allow him to touch her, but really? Pulse was the one thing you could do? Oh, Raven.
I'm just
Dude.
saying. I'm just saying though. That's what I'm saying.
You know
Like
what's
Mystique
funny?
is really bad. She's the
Yeah.
worst.
Oh, speaking of being the worst, I wrote a fanfic, right?
Uh-huh.
Where Destiny brings back Eric
Uh-huh.
post Axe
Oh Jesus.
because she had a vision of Gambit dying in um in Avalon and all that
Yeah.
nonsense, Excalibur nonsense.
Yeah.
And then she also brings back Joseph as a backup plan.
I th-
So So that way, when Remy dies, Rogue won't be that sad, and then she'll get a better husband than Remy.
That is so okay. What are your favorite X books right now?
Red,
Okay.
but so far,
Just Red?
not just Red, but Red is on thin ice because Eric's dead. Magneto was my favorite part of X Men Red,
I'm,
and
okay,
so
but you had to admit the way he went out was great. He did
yes,
that long speech about being a good man, trying to do good by his people, and at the end of it, he's like, "I die," and he come back like, "Charles is a bitch, death." That's exactly what he did. I'm like,
hey, if you're
"You're
gonna
a
go
kid."
out, why not trash your ex?
It's I don't I don't even like honestly, I don't even think they could even be together like that. I think they're just friends who are trauma bonded. Hear me out.
You don't have to ship Charrick, but trying to find anything straight between them is just it's like finding where's Waldo. You know he's
What?
there, but you can't find him. You can't find him.
He incurred oh come on. Back in the day, in that flashback with Charles and Eric and Gabrielle Holler, Eric was like, go, dude, go after it, bro. It's all good. Straight.
Speaking of which, Gabrielle is just further proof that Xavier is another example of Charles being trash.
Whoa. Okay. All right. I think there's a bit. I think there's a mis. I think there's some stuff that's wrong. Okay.
Let me hear
Yeah.
me out. Hear me out.
Okay.
Hear me out. Let's talk about all his exes.
Okay. Let's do it.
Lilandra is the example because she's like a queen. So okay, Charles, good for you.
Yeah. He got.
You got Moira, a scientist, left him for an abusive man.
Hmm.
I mean, if we talk about pre Powers of X, apparently that was planned.
I think all that happened. All of that happened. I don't think she. No, because remember, Taggart, she didn't know that she was going to get beaten by this man because she
fair
didn't
enough.
know him before. So that just
enough.
gotta happen.
Yeah, fair enough.
Yeah.
You got Gabby.
Yeah.
His patient.
Okay. I got
His patient.
Okay. Let me tell you. He healed her, and she, he was saying like, no, we shouldn't do this. She was throwing herself at him. Magneto was like, yo, dude, go for it. Like, you got to see it through, my boy. And like, and not and also didn't tell him that she was already engaged to another man.
Wait, she was engaged?
Yes. She found out that he was alive after the war, and they reconnected, and that was the man who raised her son David.
Oh, right. Daniel, what's his name?
Mind blown, right? So she had this was an affair.
Dang.
She had an affair on her. Yeah, I mean, granted, she thought her fiance was dead, so
I gotta reread this issue. I gotta read that story.
A lot of people just like to they just like to lump it all
Okay.
together.
Okay. Next one. Okay. Amelia, his nurse.
Okay. Yeah, okay, it happens. She didn't want to be second. She didn't want to she didn't want to do the X-Men project. Totally okay. It's not like
and then like a few years later, she just like joins Team Magneto. Awesome.
Well, okay. I mean, after a few things that's happened, I can understand why she would go with Magneto. I mean, the Mutant Massacre, Project Wide Awake, Genosha. Come on, had to happen. Had to make it. Like, I'd be scared too.
Anyway,
Amelia, like, maybe she was still mad at Charles. She knew that, hey, I know this will really piss him off if I'm going with his best friend.
Yes. And Eric was like, sees this and like, you know what? Okay, I'm gonna help you because I am also mad at Xavier. They became besties who formed a low key. I dated Xavier. Now all I got was some issues, more issues.
That's not Charles did all right with Lalandra. That wasn't his fault. Cassandra Nova took over his mind and ruined everything.
Like I said, Lalandra is the only exception.
Okay, Amelia Volt. Hey, that was just a relationship that ended badly. No, nobody's fault. It's not. And with Gabrielle, she could have called Xavier and said, "Hey, you have a child," but she didn't.
Also, speaking of Amelia, he took her to the camp Eric was a part of in an attempt to like bring Eric back to his side and all that.
Yeah.
And I can't help but thinking, dude, who tries to go talk to your ex at the site of their worst childhood, and then you take your current girlfriend with you? Who does that?
I mean, okay, that was a blunder. Yeah, hey, players mess up sometimes.
Another example: Xavier is trash. What is this? Part 3 or 4? I don't know. Onslaught.
Okay, that wasn't him. That was he tried. He tried to save Wolverine's life, and Magneto. Like,
yes, and then karma happened.
car-
2 things. 1, you brought a man with metal bones to fight a guy who controls metal. You deserve what you get. 2,
yeah,
and 2, Onslaught happened because you got all
infected.
I was gonna say accidental pregnancy trope, but okay.
Wow! Wow! Accidental pregnancy trope. So
because that's what happened.
So you're saying that Xavier, when he found out about Onslaught, he was listening to really depressing music and crying like a 16-year-old girl.
Yeah, that was like a whole issue.
No, he didn't know it was happening though. But also,
like I said, accidental pregnancy. They don't really are aware. Here's the thing: Onslaught. You got half Eric and also half Charles. All the darkness he got from Eric, he got some little darkness from Charles too.
That is true.
All the bad stuff that came from you. Half of him is Eric, but you know what, Charlie? He's also half you. He got the telepathy to prove it.
True. But
and like Onslaught and Cerebro and like David and Cerebro, he is a Xavier through and through because he got telepathy and daddy issues.
That's all right. I would say Legion's daddy issues are more so because of his mom, but that's a whole nother thing. Hey, but I will say this with Onslaught, he something good came out of that.
Yeah, he killed all the Avengers.
Before that, no, who was the first person that Onslaught beat the shit out of when he
Juggernaut.
Exactly. Because we got to remember when
he's half Xavier. He got the issue. He got all the darkness from Xavier.
No, but that's closure. Because we got to remember when Juggernaut and Charles were kids, Kane was whooping Charles's ass all the time. It was a constant.
I'm not saying I'm anti-Xavier enough to support it, but if there was a shirt that said Kane Marco had a point, I wouldn't say I buy it, but I like wouldn't blame anyone for buying it.
I want
I'm
to.
just
I want to get. I want to get one like your shirt, but it's a Juggernaut bloodied and beaten and said Juggernaut deserved it. I mean, come on. He's been trash forever. The only reason why he isn't trash anymore is because of Chuck Austin. He started the work. No, but
the one good thing from Austin's.
no. There's some good stuff. I mean, brought in North Star. Um, finally did the thing that was impossible in the Draco. People may not like the Draco, but it was needed
Fair
because
enough.
um
I agree. I
bringing
feel
back
like
Havoc.
I feel like compared to most X-Men story, Draco is like it's not the worst.
No, it's just people. It's just a lot of the fans that don't like it follow Chris Claremont's original idea, having Mystique and Destiny be Nightcrawler's parents, but that wouldn't make any sense because Mystique cannot produce sperm and Destiny wasn't there. we
Yeah.
we
Also,
know
she was
this.
like super old. How would that have been possible unless they can somehow use science and crap?
And also if Destiny was Nightcrawler's mother, he would look completely different. He wouldn't have any fur. He wouldn't have a tail. He wouldn't have He wouldn't have the fingers. He wouldn't be able to teleport. He
Although
would,
to be fair, though, mutation's kind of a bitch. So
depending on the families, because like
yeah,
a lot of the families have carry a similar trait.
I mean, look at Graydon Cree. He turned out to be human.
True, but um, yeah, Sabretooth doesn't have any other kids, so he can't really.
Also, he turned out to be a racist. Which think if you think about it, placing him in far away from from your family bullshit.
No,
It can't help
he was
but
given up for adoption, and he was like he was abandoned, and nobody cared.
I
And
mean, would you want Sabretooth and Mystique as your parents? They're terrible people. Giving up her adoption was like a smart and decent, okay move.
in
The fact that he
hindsight,
turned out to, yeah, the fact that he turned out to be a racist, that's all on him.
oh yeah, no, oh totally, it's totally on him. But like,
Also, Graydon, why would you want Sabretooth to raise you? Why?
I think he just wanted a family. He needed a hug. He needed a hug. No, I'm not excusing Graydon Creed. I'm just saying, like, dude needed a hug. He needed to be told he was loved. That's all. That's some of these villains. All they need to be told is that they're loved.
And some of them.
Some of them, not all of them, but some.
Yeah.
Um, but you know what? This is gonna sound crazy, but I think that there's one person that we haven't seen with Storm that actually could be a really good influence on her.
Ooh.
Quicksilver.
Ooh, bring back some good old Age of Apocalypse stuff. Okay.
Exactly, because if you kind of look at it, Quicksilver and Storm were the Cyclops and Jean of that universe.
And I'm
No,
pretty sure Magneto and Rogue were the
no,
the Jean Grey Cyclops of the.
no. Magneto was the Xavier. Oh, you know what? Actually, you're right.
Yeah.
No. Rogue was Storm. Rogue was the Storm.
Okay.
Co-leader of
Yeah.
her own
Okay.
team. Co-leader of her own team. Very
Yeah. I could.
yeah. It's like because I say Quicksilver was Cyclops, Rogue was Storm. So
Yeah.
with that, I would say Blink was probably Rogue, the wild one.
Yeah.
Uh, Sabretooth was Wolverine. They didn't really have a smart guy though. But you know what I mean, like Quicksilver
Age
and
of Apocalypse was a crazy time for '90s because all the gays were evil.
all the gays were evil. Come on.
All the gays turned evil. You got North Star and Richter. They were like
Sure.
working for Apocalypse and Sinister and whatnot. And then you got Bobby, who unfortunately got character
Well, I mean, yeah.
devolved.
But actually, something about the Age of Apocalypse I always wondered about. Okay, so the 616 got changed
Yeah.
to Age of Apocalypse. So does this mean like the Age of Apocalypse was a brand new timeline that occurred?
That's what I would like to think, because 2004 Age of Apocalypse I did not enjoy.
Right. So
Because
like,
here's the thing,
yeah,
because in 2004 Exodus and Morph just ran off
yeah,
somewhere. And I
yeah,
have a theory about that if the timeline thing isn't true. I'm thinking after Jean Grey saved everyone and we all assumed it was dead, Eric snapped, right?
right.
He snapped at seeing his student body. And,
Oh,
and this one broke him. After seeing Wanda's corpse, Jean just made him lose his damn mind,
right,
right?
right.
And then finding out what happened to Banshee, Kate, Colossus, the Gen X kids did not help at all.
All those
And
kids
so,
died.
yes, and then after his grief, it gave Logan a chance to escape, right? But he didn't let Gambit leave.
Right.
He was like, "Bitch, you staying your ass home here and keeping him safe." And that's why Exodus and Morph left to escape from Eric's clingy ass.
Oh, everybody's clingy.
I
No.
feel like, and then when Iceman went with them, Eric just tracked him down and brought his ass home and like, damn it, Bobby, I lost everyone else. You're the only original X-Men left alive besides Storm. You are staying alive so you don't lose any limbs for your life or get captured, put in a camp.
I have a
Bad things happen when you leave Eric's X-Men. Bad things happen.
what? Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, Sabretooth went to the pit. M I no. All right. All right. Another thing about Age of Apocalypse I want to know about. Moira. Okay. So if
She
this
was married to Trask.
yeah, she was married to Trask, but with everything we know about Powers of X, was she aware of what was going on?
I think this would have been technically her first life.
No, I would have said this was her 10th life because remember, everything that happened in this life, everything that we know from the creation of the X-Men, that's life 10. All that.
Or at the very least, somehow 9.5. Because in X-Men Unlimited, we saw Moira turn around a baby Eric using his powers and shit.
Yeah.
So I'm thinking.
Well, no, okay. I think the clones or the replacements, the clones. I think it was hard. I think it took longer for them to make one back in the day, and what we have now, that's what we have now. But like with going back with Age of Apocalypse, I think the Moira that was in Age of Apocalypse was the same one who was in ours now, like because because remember she's always a constant in whatever happens. Imagine how many like time like timeline jumps there she's been through.
Well, in that case, House of M Moira got really dark.
Yeah, House of M, Secret Wars, um, yeah, Age of Apocalypse, Age of X-Men.
Boy, imagine if multiverse, if she meant a variant of herself who also gonna go through the timeline bullshit. I'm like, wait, are you like a variant of me or one of my former lives?
I was like, not yet.
I feel like
You haven't met
Moira.
me yet. It's like you haven't met me.
I feel like Moira would like have would be confused for like a hot sec because she wouldn't know if this was technically a variant or one of her former lives.
I
And
say
given how the multiverse works, meeting technically one of her former lives, it wouldn't be impossible.
no. I think she's more Doctor Who-ish than we like to admit. She's very Doctor Who-ish. Because like,
Boy, if Eric really applied himself with science, he could be a Rick Sanchez.
oh my God, he would be total Rick Sanchez. But
Yes, the alcoholism, the white hair, the
like
nerdy grandson, it could work.
no, well, technically he doesn't really. He only has one grandchild, one real one anyway. Speed and Wicked are not real. Okay, they are figments of a crazy woman's imagination. Now, Luna, Quicksilver's daughter, she's real. Nocturne, she's real.
Okay, speaking of Luna, there's something I never really understood, and a friend of mine,
Sure.
I think you might know him. Let's talk about comics.
Yeah, yeah.
He brought us this theory, right?
Uh-huh.
Where Quicksilver might not actually be Luna's real dad.
Ooh.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. Okay, so you know Crystal's hair, right?
Yes.
And you know Luna's hair is like blonde and stuff, right?
This is correct.
And you know, Crystal is the rich girl that likes to fuck the poor.
Ooh, so she dipped around on Quicksilver?
Hey, if she's willing to cheat with you, she's more than willing to cheat on you.
Okay. Okay.
And so he said that the real dad is probably Johnny, given the hair.
That is so messed up. Like, how is like seriously, don't let Johnny Storm uh anywhere near your significant other because yeah. God he's an asshole.
No, no, no. He's a himbo. Johnny's a himbo. He can't help it.
He can't help he what no no oh okay, fair enough.
It's either Johnny or Sentry, and I'm pretty sure it's Johnny, given.
Would it be crazy if it was Captain America's?
No, no, because Captain America, he doesn't really roll like that. Plus,
I don't know. I
I'm
mean,
pretty sure. I mean, I'm pretty sure. Like, I feel like after the whole Cersei nonsense, she was like, "Yeah, no, never again."
there, I got you. Okay. Thank you so much for coming on. This was so much fun. I love this.
Thank
Like
you.
we gotta do this again. I'm trying to
Yeah.
do something for the gala in July. So yeah,
Ooh,
yeah. I'm
that
trying to
sounds fun.
yes, like a kind of like a little like I'm not sure if I
Speaking
want
of speaking of gala, let's talk about those costumes.
oh yeah, yeah, we could do that real quick. Let's do that. Let's do that. Gala.
I Captain Marvel is like working with that Panic at the Disco outfit from that music video.
All right. Wait, oh, I'm sorry. I'm looking them up now. Um. Oh yeah. The the military thing that she.
Yeah,
Like it's.
that song. Bridesmaid is a whore.
Oh.
Da 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 da. Calling the goddamn door. No.
Oh. I know that song. That's.
Yeah, that one.
I don't know. I like Sync. I like. I like Venom. I like
For a
Venom.
hot minute, I thought Dylan was like Jimmy Hudson
The
because it was white
hair. Yeah, the hair.
symbiote
Yeah.
and had
Um.
the and his outfit was what I'm like, oh, it's his poison thing.
uh T'Challa, he's coming in with that like with that Jonathan Majors. I just got off of free three.
His outfit is made of vibranium and also the fanciest silk, whose name I cannot remember.
Uh
Expenses silk.
Nova looks pretty cool. Xavier, I like Xavier's. Xavier's is
Yeah.
Xavier is so Kingpin. This is not Rome. Kingpin.
King, I gotta be honest, I thought he was Jumbo Crustacean for like a hot minute when I first saw him.
I can imagine. I would
Oh, you're not
this.
Jumbo.
No.
Also,
Oh
Kingpin, my dude. Why would you want to go to Crook? I get it for it to be to
yeah.
piss off Emma and to make sure you don't get prosecuted for your crimes, but at the same time, no, with all the attacks that's happening, if you die, there's a good chance your ass not gonna get brought back.
I think that's kind of a I think that's a bet. Fedimex. I love how Fedimex looks like the weekend. Like
Yeah.
he's drunk
Let's talk
by
about
himself.
the five.
Oh, okay. Let's do that. Oh, Iceman I think has the best outfit this
What's
year.
his car made out of? He's driving some sort of ice car. Like, how does that work
It's Iceman.
functionally?
He makes it work. All right, looking for the five. Looking for the five. Oh, yep,
You,
found him. I found him. Wow.
yeah.
I don't like Hope Summers, but that she looks great.
Speaking of Hope Summers, this might piss Paul off, but you know what? I'm glad Hope wasn't Jean reborn.
Me too.
You want to know why?
What's up?
This is for one reason and one reason only.
Go
I
ahead.
do not want to see these grown ass men trying to hit on an underage teenage redhead. I don't need this.
No, you're right. You're absolutely right. Um, yeah, that's
And let's be honest, given all the crap she went through as a goddamn baby, her being a brat, that's like the best possible thing you can come out of it.
she's
Imagine
though.
being born and then people already want to kill you.
I mean,
You got Bishop.
I
You got the
mean,
right. You got the Friends of Humanity, the right people, anti-human, who killed everyone around you except you. By the way, you suck at killing people. By the way, you
I
know.
if Bishop would have killed her, I mean, would it really have done that? Would it really have been that much of a big deal? I mean, because she didn't want the Phoenix. She had nothing to do with the Phoenix Five. She had
I mean,
nothing to do with the mutants coming back.
considering how the crap she went through, I do not blame Hope. I do not blame her.
I kind of do.
I do not.
I because she like all right, she was trained to handle the Phoenix, and she's like, and they asked her, "Do you really want it?" And she's like, "No." They were like, "Cool, we're
I
not."
don't blame her.
And yeah, but then as soon as somebody else gets the Phoenix, she's like, "No, that's supposed to be mine. That's supposed to be mine." Like you said, you didn't want. She like she's a brat, and Sync can do her power, can do what she does on the five a lot.
Well, she's like a teenage girl. What you expect?
Sync is a teenage boy. He's
Eh,
18. 18, 19 years old.
eh. To be
Hope is
fair,
like
he was.
17.
I mean, this girl, this like, was running from her life in the future by Bishop,
True.
training, trying to survive and crap. All that Brand is with PTSD unchecked, and I'm like, you need help, girl. Get some help.
But
You don't need a team. You need to check out that PTSD.
true. But also at the same time though, like what Cable did with Hope was isn't really that special because he's done this before. X-Force. Same thing. Same
Yeah,
thing.
but and then Lori, the blue one,
Yeah.
like confronts her with a gun, and Hope was like unfazed because this is not the first time someone threatened her with a gun before.
She's like, "Oh god. Is it Thursday already?" Okay.
And he's
You got
like,
five shots in there. You're not gonna get any of them out.
and she
This is
was like, of course if I don't pretend I'm better than everyone else, I'm like, then my dad would have died for nothing. And
fair.
that's sad.
Yeah. I mean, technically not really his kid. I mean, if we're gonna say
She
like,
didn't have anyone else.
I mean, we did.
Everyone else died or tried to kill her or was in the past.
Well, I mean, did they really look for her family though? I mean, yeah, her mother, yeah, her parents
They
died, but
did. The
they
grandma. They find the grandma.
oh, they didn't find her. Okay,
They found her. They found her,
yeah,
and it turned out her birth mom was like a firefighter and stuff. And I'm like, oh, okay, ho,
that makes sense. That totally makes sense with her.
a firefighter
Yeah,
fights fires.
yeah, a hero.
Yeah,
Yeah, I no, I totally get it.
yeah,
But Iceman has probably the best look I've seen. Like Kim coming in like that. I'm like his looks have gotten better. The first
yeah,
one wasn't great. The one with the ice wings. The second one was better. This one is probably the best so far.
yeah. Clearly, being a guest star in RuPaul's Drag Race helped him out.
Wow. Why we doing this? Why are we doing it? That the RuPaul's
Because
drag was the
that
worst
was the
stuff.
thing that happened in Marauders.
No, yeah, but like that the wings though, the wings were terrible. The wings were terrible.
Speaking of terrible, can we talk about Kate Pride and Rachel Gray?
Uh
You
okay.
know what's fascinating about Rachel Gray? WizKid looked more like Rachel Gray than she did.
That's true.
And in a way, this proves that Kate Pride and Rachel Gray should have been endgame because nothing says true love than dressing as terrible together.
Oh god. No.
Being
No. Rachel deserves better. Okay? Rachel deserves she does not deserve to be in that relationship with
it was
Kate Pride with
it
Kate.
was
Nor does she
good.
and we all like all right, I'm gonna keep it I'm gonna keep it real. Kate, no, wait, Betsy and Rachel are about to break up. It's gonna happen, and it's gonna be super because Betsy gets bored.
Yeah.
She never stays in a relationship very long. The one constant she has is she keeps coming back to Archangel. Now, the only way I can see Rachel and Betsy working is if they bring in Archangel and make themselves into a throuple.
uh,
It it could work, okay? It works. And plus, there's a lot of questions I want to know regarding Betsy and Warren already because does he still like her that way? Because she's not in a Japanese body. Does like do they still have the same type of chemistry? These are questions I want
I
to
gotta be honest, I'm not really a big fan of Betsy.
yeah, Betsy. Yeah, I have a soft spot for Betsy.
Which now that I think about it, after some full soul searching, I don't like any of the Bardocks.
What? Brian is awesome. Betsy is so dope. Megan is
I
cool.
don't like I love Megan.
Yeah,
I love Megan.
her on Excalibur was amazing. In
I
the 90s.
Ultimate Marvel was terrible, but I did love what they did with Ultimate Jamie. I
Yeah.
did like his beard.
Yeah. Yeah. It was good.
And also, at the beginning, I kind of referred to Betsy as British Jean.
I would have said British Storm because she has the same weather elemental uh powers that Storm does.
Yeah, like I
Even
said,
if
at the
it,
beginning.
yeah,
But
yeah,
then Inferno happened, and then she slowly turned into Storm.
yeah. Who did no, actually she's kind of a cross between no. No, yeah, you're right. She was the Gene. She was the Gene.
Yeah.
Dang, that's crazy. Okay, thank you so much for coming. This has been so much fun. We got to do this. Hellfire Gala in July. Uh, I'll send you the details.
Yeah. All right. Bye.
Uh, yeah. But it's 1407 Great Malkin Lane. See you soon.